Christina Torres here. How are you? Today I want to give you simple tips of how to use your stories. Are you using your stories to get leads? You should be. So if you're watching live, drive a hello. If you are watching later in the replay, put in hashtag replay. I just want to share this into my group really quick and we can get started. And it better show up. Of course not. Why would it be? Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. But let me just share the link here. All right, so I'm tuning in all the way from AZ, hot AZ. And let's get started. Let's see if it's in there. Okay, great. So here we go. So stories. So are you using them? Let me know, are you using stories for your business? Drop a 1 if you are using stories and drop a sad emoji if you're not. Okay? So this is an easy strategy for you to, getting a message. Oh no, come on Christina, close that up. Okay, this is an easy way where you can get leads. So it's a strategy that's free that you can help get leads for your business, okay? So I want to give you simple tips. Let me just move a chair. All right, so again, thank you guys for watching. Christina Torres here. I'm going to give you simple tips how to implement stories for your business and just really simple ones. So the thing that you want to do though is you want to make sure that it's just not all about that. Your stories are not always just your product information. You really got to get people to know, like, and trust you. So you need to show the real you. Things that you're doing in the morning, in the afternoon, at night. You know, if you're able to pick up the kids or haul the kids to the school in the morning, doing those kind of things, you know, cleaning, shopping out, having coffee with friends, whatever it is that you're doing, show the real you so people get to know you, and that's how they get to like and trust you. And then in between those kind of clips, you want to share information about your opportunity, your product or service, okay? So basically in a nutshell, so the way I see it is I'm trying to do better for myself is getting my stories ready the night before and then loading them later at night because I'm a night owl. I load them up later at night. So in the morning when people get on stories, my information is there. So I just started implementing that way. I know at times it's a little hard to always be on your stories, but if you can post, think about when people are on their stories, it's really in the morning and late at night and even in the afternoon. If you could do 3 times, that's great. If just 2, I try to focus AM and PM because that's just me, how I'm able to implement that into my schedule, okay? And then when you're doing your stories, when you want to show your information as far as your product or service, you want to make sure that you're kind of doing it in a sequence, okay? You want to build up for that call to action. So what I mean by that is, say you are promoting, I don't know, maybe on top of my head, maybe you're just promoting that you guys are having an event for your opportunity, and you're having an event and you want to share that information, okay? So what you could do is, maybe that's a bad example. No, so say you have, you're promoting your product, but you're having an event coming up. So whatever that product is, so just to let you guys know, I think a week ago I did in my stories, it's a dry shampoo. Okay, so for my business, you're able to get a free dry shampoo if you become a customer this month of October. So what I did, I wanted to get a little different, and I did a video of me using the dry shampoo. Okay, so I just did a video. I put it, you know, I'm just showing myself using the dry shampoo. I put a little music in the background, and I got a lot of feedback on it. So that was my first clip. And then when the video finished, I put my dry shampoo from my company and another like a dry shampoo from wherever, and I showed the toxics, you know, that this was a toxic one, and the one that I use, it doesn't have harsh chemicals in it, you know. And I asked a question on that story, and I said, which one do you want to use, right? Non-harmful, harmful. And then in my third sequence, I said, would you like more information on getting this, you know, learning about this product? And then people said, you know, yes or no or whatever. and I had a question. So when you're doing a poll, you never want to put an answer as a no. You live and learn. You always want to put two responses that are always positive, no matter what it is. So like in my recent polls, I put something like, need more information or already know the product or something like that. So it's not a no. I made the mistake a few times while, I put no, and then people who don't even really are not any one of my avatar, maybe because they're old friends or whatever, or people that I know are not interested, and they were putting no, and I'm like, really, Christina, why did you put no? So don't put no. Always put two positive responses, okay? So I'm guilty of this in my stories. I love to put quotes because I like to put quotes. I'm all about quotes. I'm all about inspiration. So you can do that, but just try to live it up a little bit. So what I'm trying to show myself is maybe do a little inspirational song in the background with that quote instead of it's just a quote by itself. Okay? So when you're doing them, whatever it is that you're doing, you want to have something on there that's going to be alert, because you don't want to just have a picture with you. And if you have a picture with you, then have a question there, have some wording there, not just a picture, because if it's not engaging, someone's just going to bypass it, okay? And that hurts your algorithm. So you want to make sure on your image of whatever you're showing, have a little bit background of music, have a little GIF or GIF, whatever they're called. Have a poll, you can ask questions, all those different options. If you're using them, they're going to reward you for using those different things, okay? So whatever that might be. Some people, I'm studying other people like I follow as far as mentors and stuff and their polls. I'm not a crazy, outrageous person, but if you are, and if you're able to show the raw you of kind of being crazy and humble, then show that. Like there's people in their stories that I follow that are doing a great job, and they're like singing in their stories, or singing with their kids, dancing with their kids. So if you want to portray that, then go for it. I'm not there yet. My daughter won't dance with me in any post. She's older, in a story. But, just showing that of you, because it's engaging, having those GIFs on there, EIFs, whatever they're called, is really good too. So I believe here on Facebook, you can't upload an EIF or GIF, whatever it's called. But I do my stories through Instagram, and then I save it. So that's a tip. So when you're doing your stories, and you can do a GIF, EIF, whatever they're called, on Instagram, whatever it is you're showing, and then you can save it and upload it to Facebook, or you have that compatibility where you can go to Instagram and it says somewhere at the bottom that you can share it to your Facebook, and then it shares both of them at one time. So you're saving time. So that's an option too. That's another tip for you. So just basically what you want to show about it. I'm just going over my notes to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. They're just simple tips to help you with your strategy of what to do. When you're getting ready at night to say what, you got to prepare. Well, what am I promoting? Am I promoting my opportunity? Am I promoting my product? What is it that I'm showing? Okay. So if you have like a before and after picture, that's fine, but have a question there, like, maybe some sad emojis of someone, maybe it's someone that with before and after with acne problems or something, maybe you could have, some little emojis, a happy face with the results of better skin, a sad emoji with the acne prone skin, and, how do you think Sally feels now? And then you could like add a question, like at the next sequence, ask a question and say, do you suffer from acne? Do you need acne relief? And then again, two positive responses, like, yes, send me your information, or send me to my group, send me to your group, or anything like that. One thing that I started doing though is I'll raise my hand and say, like, when I've done questions on my stories, I've always put the question on the top of my story. So you don't want to do that. What you want to do is put the question, your poll, at the bottom of your story, because everyone's fingers are at the bottom. So make it easier for them to reply to your answers, to your questions. So have that story question at the bottom, so it's easier, okay? And then that's where you can have emojis or GIFs, whatever. You can use memes in your stories. anything like that, anything that you want to think to get interactive. Okay, so let me know if they're just simple little tips to help, because you just don't want them to be just like bore. You want them to be good. I want you to let me know if this sounds good. Even if you are, doing whatever it is that you're doing and you're showing it. So as far as the sequence, what do I mean by a sequence? Your first story is the setup, what you're getting ready to share, what you're going to say, then you're going to share that information, and then you're going to have a call to action on your third sequence. You always need to have a call to action, okay? So basically that setup is, again, I'm going to use my dry shampoo example. The setup was my video, me showing how you use it, okay? That was the setup. And then I shared on the second one about the toxins in regular dry shampoo. And then I shared about the positives in the one I use, right? It was a picture of comparing them. And the third one, I said, I asked a question, do you want more information on this product? And I just put yes. Or another one was like, I already have the info. Or I could have put yes, send me link to your group or anything like that. Okay, if that makes sense. So that is basically setup, share, call to action. You want to make sure you're doing that at all times for your stories. Another example that I recently did, and this is how you're getting leads. You're getting leads to you in your story. You don't have to do a lot. You're just giving them information, and the people who want your offer are going to your story and saying, yes, send me that information. Last week we did my the Thursday webinar that we do within my affiliate program, and I share that information. Like I just said a little, some people say when you're in your stories, I disagree, but you do whatever it wants. I like to talk in my stories. I know a lot of people don't like to talk in their stories. I know a lot of people say, well, I'm watching it at night and I can't wake up my husband or whatever. So if you like to do that, you do whatever you want. But for me, I talk in my stories. And I just sometimes show little short videos, and I just kind of said like, hey girl, are you tired of cold messaging? Are you tired of not hearing people coming back to you regarding your offer? Or I don't even know what it was. I said something like that. If you're tired about hearing crickets on your post, then would you like my information on my weekly webinar where people are getting results? That's all I said in my video. But I talked with emotion because I got to that person and how their emotions were like not getting leads. So then my next video, I said, in the next story, I put, yes, send me video or already saw the video or something like that. I got a few leads from that story, guys, and I'm already connected with one of them today. We met and talked about the opportunity as far as the affiliate program, and, we're having a conversation. So whether she does or doesn't sign up, the point is I still got leads, and another lead that's going through that process to these stories. So if you just take the time for your stories, and one of my mentors has been telling me this for a while, and I just think that maybe I just wasn't preparing myself so much for stories, because it is planning, whether it's your feed or stories, it is planning. So doing that is a free strategy where you don't have to go cold message. You don't have to send these messages or whatever, even if a lot of people do like makeup tips or like do their makeup look, forget about that sale, forget about the 25% off, forget about the 30% off, forget about this monthly special. Just do your video, show your thing, show your whatever you're doing, and then in your next question you might say, would you like to have a look? Would you like to learn how to do this look? And they might say, and then you could put yes. They might say yes, I already know how to do it, or yes, and your other option could be, send me your group link. And then you can hold that other conversation about that sell or whatever in the group behind the scenes. But you need to make sure the main thing when you're showing up every day through its stories or your feed is giving value. You want to give value and educate. If you need to give value, educate, and inspire. Okay, that is what we're doing here on this social media world. So then you can find your tribe, the people who are reaching out to you in your stories, or your tribe. They're raising their hand and saying that they have what they want. Okay, So I hope this helps. But if you just do a sequence of stories, share, oh my God, set up, share, call to action, and then you do that. So here, really quick, I just wanted to show you guys, like honestly, I don't have anything really in my stories today. I don't think. Yeah, I don't have anything. But if I go to my page and go, let me see if I can go, let me just see if I can, I know like on Instagram, we're allowed to add more. So let me see what I have. Okay, so here it is. Trying to see. Okay, so like here was, I want to show you guys my story for my dry shampoo. So here's my video. Okay, I had this video, these two videos, this video was me doing the dry shampoo. And then this was where I showed the good and bad of it, and then asked the question if you wanted to learn how to get it free, because it's the special we have within what I do. Okay, so that was that story. And then my other one for my business opportunity for the affiliate program was I did a 3-set sequence. I talked about whatever I was saying, and then I said, send me video. Okay, and then people answered. I got a few leads on that, and they said, yes, send me video, and I've been in talks with a few of them. So that's basically it in a nutshell, guys. Just make sure you're giving value in your story, showing your offer, showing your opportunity. You have to ask that question, though. You have to ask them, do they want what you have? Because you have them in your story. You have them looking at your feed. People that are constantly watching your stories, they're interested in your offer, okay? So they may not know it yet. Maybe they're just too scared. Maybe they're too shy. So that's why, maybe when you see people in your stories, maybe the first thing you want to do is go interact with those people. Go to their pages. Go see what they're doing. Go like, give them some love, and comment on their page, because they're coming to you to watch your reality show. This is your reality show of your life, and they're watching you. Maybe they're just, a lot of people just watch us on the sidelines. Okay? Another one I did, I don't think you guys can see it, was I was here and I just was decorating the house, for Halloween, and I put my little thing on my island that I have, and I just said, I'm no longer using bleach, and I use those little gifs or whatever, and I had like an X on the bleach. So that's kind of exciting and entertaining. And I said, I'm decorating and cleaning and glad I'm no longer using bleach anymore, or whatever I said. And then I kind of had it on one slide. I just put it all together. And then at the bottom, I asked them my question, are you still using bleach? No. I'm using your products. Yes, send me your info. Whatever. Okay, and then I got a few ladies reaching out to me like, well, what are you using? I need a product for this and that. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Use your stories to get leads. Let me know if this was value. This is just simple tips. And I just think sometimes we overthink it. I think sometimes when you just got to put your plan in action, then you understand it, okay? So it's simply just having your information as far as setting up that first story. You're sharing your information and having that call to action with the question, and making sure to put the question at the bottom so it's easier for them to answer. Make sure that you're using emojis, you're using the music, all the features. Use the questions, use a poll. You want to have them engaged in your story. If you want to use a quote, because I love them, I'm just going to start putting music on the background to kind of just get, not to be so boring. Okay, so I hope this helps you guys. That's all I have today. Let me know if this was valuable to you. Just let me know here at value, and let me know where you are at your stories. Are you about a 1, you're not using them at all? A 5 is you kind of use them, or you're an 8, you're solid gold? Will you implement any of these? Are you guys using call to actions? Let me know where you are in your story, your storyboard, I guess. I don't know, your stories, whatever. So that's all I have, guys. Take care. God bless.